Yesterday on TipRank's channel, I put out a video talking about the most undervalued FANG stock. Now, if you don't know what this is, I have been working with TipRanks the last couple weeks, just putting out one video a week on their channel. And when I did this, I was talking about Facebook stock. Now, luckily for me, and luckily for everyone that watches, Facebook went up 6% today. It's up to $372, outperforming the majority of the market. Now, in that video yesterday, I talked about why it was undervalued compared to all the other FANG stocks, why I think it will do quite well, and today it's up 6%. Now, I did not push that market cap. That is a lot of money flowing into Facebook. But let's take a look at some of the massive news for Facebook, why people are so bullish, and why you might want to look at Facebook. So right off the bat, if you guys want, you should go check out this video. It's on TipRank's channel, and it was from yesterday. So definitely go watch that video. Also, if you guys want to try out TipRanks, I used their platform for all the research yesterday. You guys can definitely check that out underneath this video. There's a code that you can try out their platform. So I have their ultimate subscription here, but you can try it out. Now, that being said, let's take a look at it real quick. If you guys don't mind just hitting the like button, I appreciate that. Please hit subscribe too. Just a couple months ago, Facebook was $250. Now, you can see that it actually has a PE ratio of about 29.6. Now, this is lower than all the other FANG stocks, significantly. Amazon has over doubled this. Now, if Facebook was selling for the same PE as Amazon, it would be around a $750 stock or something like that. So it's kind of crazy how high it would have to be. Now, they did have some big things announced recently. There's some news that caused them to go up. And we have their earnings next week. So that's something you should pay attention to. Now, Facebook is one of those stocks that I have felt strongly about for a while, but I felt stronger about other stocks. So I do have a position in Facebook, but it's never been as big as I want it to be. And it's still a strong buy by analysts. It's one of the strongest buys out there, I think. And you can see that they are consistently beating 7 out of the last times they beat earnings expectations. The only time that they haven't in the last, maybe it's 7 earnings, they lost by 3 cents. They were below by 3 cents, and that was in 2019. So what is happening now? Why is it going up so much? Well, we have this news. So Snapchat is actually up 23% today. They had great earnings yesterday, showing a beat of 900% on earnings per share and a beat of 16% in revenue. Now, this is causing a lot of other people to be bullish on other ad spaces, other ad companies that maybe aren't being valued as high as they should be. Because if Snapchat is having such a good quarter, people are thinking Facebook will have a great quarter. This is what I looked at last quarter when I said I think Facebook's going to beat earnings. They consistently do that. And we had a couple earnings beforehand that told me, hey, Facebook is probably going to outperform too. I was looking at Google at the time. But we have Facebook earnings coming up next week. So some people are throwing some money in Facebook. And dollars, implying a solid 37% upside from current pricing. 37% upside is significant. Now, this is after Facebook has gone up a little bit, but that's still a huge price target, nearly $500. And then probably some of the biggest news, and this is a little bit out there, is what Zuckerberg said recently about kind of their metaverse and them becoming a metaverse company. Now, this is a little bit out there right now to think about, but if you don't know what Facebook is completely, they own Oculus, they own Instagram. A lot of people think of them as an ad company, right? Some local business wants to sell to, middle-aged men between 40 and 50 in their region. They go use Facebook because they have all that information. What they're talking about here is building a full digital world, a digital economy, being able to sell digital products. And it seems a little bit crazy, right? They say here straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it starts to make sense. With so many people working from home, they're talking about literally being able to create a virtual reality for where you work. So they say that specifically in here, an infinite office, which is interesting. When you start thinking about that, okay, why would someone want this? Well, if Facebook could create a virtual reality using Oculus that is so strong that you can't really tell the difference, right? If you could be on the beach in California or in your favorite location, maybe you like going over to Minnesota or Montana, up in Glacier National Park. Maybe they have cameras set up there, right? So that they literally live stream what's happening in Glacier at this moment. And it's your favorite place in the world. You're sitting here doing work. You can have them stream your computer on your Oculus, so you can be typing or interacting, but you're just sitting in Glacier National Park or on the beach. And maybe years down the line, they create like a little fan or some type of device that can actually set the temperature in your room and the humidity and everything else, so that it's this exact same as what it is at that location. It starts to get really interesting. Wouldn't you pay a monthly subscription to be wherever you want, whenever you want? Of course, I think a lot of people would like that, right? I mean, if you're paying rent to go down the street to rent out a space and have that for your business, and you're just working on the computer anyways, wouldn't you pay an extra $100, $200 a month to be able to be anywhere you want? That starts to make a lot of sense. Now, once you start looking at the other stuff that they want to do, right, creating a bunch of digital products where different companies can sell digital products, they take a portion of that. It's crazy to think about everything that is to come. Now, they are really a company that's set up well to do that because, first of all, they can advertise the crap out of it. They have billions of people using their networks. Also, they own Oculus. They really have a pulse on everything that is happening across the world, right? This is a company that really dominates data and information more than just about anyone. Maybe Google has a little bit of an edge on data, but Facebook is trying to create this metaverse. So overall, they have different places that they can go. They have different ways to grow past where they are now, but they're still cheap compared to a lot of other companies. So I'll just go back to the FANG stocks here. And Facebook's been growing significantly year in and year out. We have them here compared to some of the other FANG stocks. 29.6 compared to 68, compared to 32, 53, 34. So they are significantly undervalued compared to some other companies in the FANG stock space. A lot of people are looking towards these FANG stocks too, thinking, hey, I don't want to take the same amount of risk in smaller cap. I'm just going to go park my money over in Facebook. When you look at their financials are fantastic. When you look at their balance sheet, they have about $35 billion in cash after paying off all their liabilities. So they could pay off their liabilities and keep $35 billion in cash. Let's take a look at their revenue here too. So once we start looking at the revenue, you might feel a little bit more comfortable putting money in them. Now, I have a position, like I said, in Facebook. I'd like a larger position because it's one of those things that just keeps on getting away from me. At 220, people thought it was too expensive, and that was less than a year ago. And I was buying then. I've been buying around 300. Feel like it's time to make a little bit more of a significant buy, but you can see the revenue year in and year out. I mean, it's going up 30-40% a year. Now this last year, it only went up by about 12 to 13%, but this was an off year, obviously, with the Rona. We have their net income growing like crazy, up to $34 billion. I mean, look at that net income compared to their revenue. That's a significant margin on their products. So that is where Facebook is sitting right now. They are, I think, still undervalued where they are now, at least compared to other companies in their space. They have a great moat and they have a great way to expand, right? Getting into digital worlds and digital services with Oculus. Now, of course, I want to hear your opinion down below. If you guys want to try out TipRanks, get information like I have on these different companies, you can check out the link down below. Thank you guys. If you guys want to, there is a link down to my Patreon where you can see exactly what I'm buying. Definitely check it out underneath the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.